Welcome back to the channel. So today, some additional exciting news. This morning, we took delivery of a 2020 GT4 Clubsport Competition. So this is our second Club Sport, of course. This is our 2019 MR, and we figured we'd do a little introduction of this car since we just received it this morning, and then also make a video. There's not a lot of information around about the differences between these cars. We're certainly not experts, but there's a trophy car, there's a competition, and an MR. And so we have two good examples here, side by side. Figured we'd shoot some video and show you the differences and the similarities of both of these cars. All right, so as I mentioned, this is our 2020 Club Sport GT4 competition, and figured we'd do a little walk around of this car first, just kind of introduce the car to you guys. We've been spending some significant time at Flat Rock. You guys have been seeing all the track videos, and we're excited to get back on the track. You saw a lot of our videos where we were originally using the C8 and the Z06, and then when we got the Club Sport, we obviously fell in love with the car and decided to find a second one so I can continue to chase Jack around the track. So we purchased this car, actually paid for the car yesterday morning, and it already showed up this morning. So great service. We bought this car from TPC Racing in Jessup, Maryland. The car was very well represented, and just really happy with the transaction. Would highly recommend dealing with those guys if you're looking for something like this car. So has their livery on it. The short-term plans, we're going to put it up in the air. It is right now almost Christmas, so not many track days at this point. We'll check over the tires, check over the brakes, make sure all the systems function correctly. We've already started it, driven it. The brakes seem to function great. We'll go over any of the check engine lights. There's a circumference light that's currently on. And then the plan is to put it up in the air, and we'll actually strip the livery off the car. The car looks nice the way it is, but we want to strip the livery off. We've got a BGMS livery in the works for this car. It'll start being wrapped at AZ Rags in about 2 to 3 weeks. This one we'll do immediately after that, and we'll show you some of the differences and similarities in the cars now. All right, so we will start with our Club Sport MR. A lot of differences in the front ends of these cars. So the MR, from a performance standpoint, I believe in one of our last videos, I mentioned this car had a 4-liter in it. It's actually a 3.8 liter, so I was incorrect there in our previous video. So both cars have the same 3.8 liter engine, transmission. The competition has the same 115 liter fuel cell as the MR does. The significant differences here are in the MR are the weight differences. So this car has a full carbon fiber hood. This car has carbon fiber front fenders, carbon fiber front bumper. It actually has a hemp composite front splitter. And then the headlights in the car are carbon fiber buckets with a xenon beam and also a Lexan cover. So if you go over here to the competition, this is more like a street car. So you can see regular metal hood on this car, standard fenders with the gas door that doesn't go anywhere on this car, more standard headlights. This is, instead of being a headlight with a removable cover, this is more like a street modular headlight. The front bumper on these cars is also going to be plastic. The front splitter, all these little carbon bits on the other car are plastic on this car. And so maybe a little bit of an advantage from a weight perspective. I'm gonna say for the kind of driving that we'll do, there's not gonna be much performance difference for sure in the beginning of what we're doing. The biggest thing is if you get off track, these parts are significantly cheaper than the carbon parts are for the MR. So one other thing to point out while we're in the front, the MR has all Lexan windows, and this car has glass on the front windshield and all of the back glass. Now it does have Lexan on the sides, and the car does share the same carbon fiber composite doors that the MR does. I'm sure that's a weight and really a safety thing all the way around. You don't have roll-up windows, any of those things. The carbon fiber doors are very lightweight. All right, so as we look at the back of these two cars, shape-wise, they're identical. They're both GT4 Club Sports. So the big difference that you'll notice back here is this car has what I assume is the same hatch that a production car has. So this is a steel hatch with a glass rear window, same carbon fiber spoiler, and this car also has plastic bumpers, and I assume this is also some sort of a plastic spoiler. It doesn't look and feel carbon fiber. Suspension in the cars is identical, same three-way shocks, all the same, as I mentioned, engine and transmission as well. So as you go over to the MR, this is what I'm talking about right here. So this piece is carbon fiber and it's removable. The wing mount is actually fixed on this car. Also have a Lexan rear window here. You just pop these things up and you can actually lift this whole hatch off the back of the car for access. So while we're back here, this car also has a cold air intake system, which I understand is an SRO thing, which I'd be lying to you if I knew exactly what all was involved with the SRO stuff. But this car, instead of having glass rear windows, it has a cold air intake and then a special air box. And then finally, as we get out to the back of the car, you can see the carbon fiber diffuser and the carbon fiber bumper on the MR. And underneath the car, the center of the rear diffuser is actually hemp as well. So pretty significant differences in the two cars. The other difference is the MR actually has the Porsche loud exhaust on it, and the competition has the standard exhaust on it. So these are all kind of things we figured out just researching the different cars. By no means an expert when we started, just starting to learn a lot and put some information out there about the differences in the GT4 Clubsport models. All right, so hopefully that video is informative. Pretty soon we'll have both these cars on the track as soon as the weather permits, so stay tuned and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. We don't make any money off of our YouTube channel, but we enjoy the attention. How about that? Thanks.